And I looked a couple of videos I did look up on gang stalking and on, how do they say, targeted individuals, right? Well, I, I had this experience, so I don't want to say these people are full of shit, because even if they seem a little bit crazy, the whole program, when somebody like that follows you, targets you, and harasses you without help, police doesn't want to help. Police knows about it. In Germany, police officers called me the same keyword, verrückt, verrückt. They just yelled over to me while I was in my car. And what does this tell you? Even when I went to the police station, I went to the police station to how do you Anzeige? That's not really a lawsuit. It's just a statement to the police. I don't know how to explain it. Sorry. But I did that, and two police officers in the other room opened doors. The one police officer is with me, talking to me, and another room they say, verrückt, verrückt, verrückt. So the police knows about it. That's why I'm thinking it has to be the government. I mean, you can be as rich as you want. You won't tell the police, hey, we're gonna harass this fucking asshole, so please keep quiet and don't help him. I mean, come on, people, don't be stupid. You can't do it. If you are not the government, you can't just walk into somebody's apartment and say, hey, let me install a fucking microwave toaster and fry this guy. You can't do it. You have some authority. You have to have some authority, right? And you will only get it if you are from some government. Then people will say, oh, well, what can I do? So, like I said, the program, the brainwashing program, is made to make you go crazy. You don't have a single second of free time without hearing these fucking words, like I'm hearing here from the fucking PC. I hope you can see it. That's the PC. That's a really old one, and here's an already disassembled power supply. So I looked inside if there's anything resembling whatever, a speaker or anything possible which could make a sound. And I didn't find anything. So here's another PC. And that's the one you were listening to earlier, the one who's working. So let's place the what's it called, the camera just here. The power supply. And the speaker is below, here, right in front of me. And it's coming from the fucking PC. I already disassembled one. It's the same deal. Just happens. It's most likely a frequency. Now, if you are saying, oh, well, how is this possible? You are just talking out of your ass. Well, I'm not talking out of my ass. Today, you can look it up on YouTube. I don't know, what was it called? Funny Tenor or something like that.
Arng wanted to show us some hacks they'd done using a piece of malware he affectionately calls Fun Tenor, which exploits radio frequencies, RF signals, to turn office equipment into bugging devices.
Where a guy, a group of white hat hackers, so the good guys, produced a frequency to hack a printer which doesn't have an input.
Ong then showed us how the Funtenna software could make a printer spill secrets by leaking information through RF signals. He could pick these up using an antenna. In this case, a cheap AM radio he named after a famous actor.
I'm going to show you a really cheap AM radio, right? This guy's called Tom Cruise, and we're going to see what Tom Cruise will say about Funtenna.
Let's do it.
All right, we're going to turn on and see if we can.
The exploit caused the printer's components to vibrate and transmit the data as if it was Morse code. With a powerful enough antenna, a hacker could intercept the signals from a distance without ever going near the printer.
To an AM radio, that's what it sounds like, a tiny little beacon.
So that's the sound of the data that you're extricating?
Mm-hmm. Yep, exactly. There you go.
But they put this frequency to vibrate the chips, so they take, how should I say, what is a radio signal? It's just electricity you get through your antenna, and it's getting converted through the electronics and the speaker itself, right? So the same thing they can do with like this types of radio waves, and they practically hacked the phones in a company. To surveillance people, they tricked the telephone through the printer to think it's not unplugged, when you take up the thing. So it's like the microphone is turned on. That's what they accomplished.
Yeah, and even more, if somebody was saying something sensitive on the phone can send that information to the printer, and the printer can Funtenna it out.
So it's a type of surveillance. So nowadays you don't need a fucking bug somewhere in this place. There's so many ways to surveillance somebody. It's ridiculous. So they didn't even need to hack the PC, the server, the whatever from the company to achieve this. They just sent a signal, a radio wave signal, a frequency towards the printer and got it hacked and received by the vibrating chips the signal back to convert it into audio. And they even, in this video on YouTube, I'm gonna link it or even play it in this video, they played like music from like a Nintendo game. And that's how they receive the signal back. They, of course, have their own antennas.
So we're hearing the Funtenna code.
This obviously doesn't have a speaker, it doesn't have a microphone, right? We're making this acoustic emanation by effectively causing the passive components to vibrate and the solenoid to do whatever it's doing.
Sounds like an old school arcade game.
Yeah, kinda, right?
Same deal can go on here. I mean, they have the neighborhood, the neighbors are screaming all around me the whole day. Put whatever, this antenna towards me, it targets my speakers, it targets my what's it called, my PC. If I turned up I'm just gonna insert it, how my speaker sounds, what sound my speaker produces, and what sound the PC produces. I'm gonna let you listen what it sounds like. And I'm recording another one because listen to this now. As soon as I stop playing, they start, of course, talking and doing this shit. So like I said, the intensity of it varies. So sometimes it's more quiet, then they try to annoy you, so though they make it louder. It's always different. It has to be annoying. If it's always the same time, it wouldn't be annoying. If it's always the same, you would, how do you say that? It would be just in the background. You would zone it out, I believe it's called. So you wouldn't care about it. That's why they always have to increase the volume, decrease the volume, do different things. Different things. They can't do different things. Of course, they are repeating themselves all the time. But what I mean is the feelings, or not feelings, or how do you say, the way you talk, like modulate your voice in different ways. That's what I mean. The speed is of course different. Sometimes it's like this, verrückt, 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 all the time without pauses. Sometimes they pause, and it's really fucking annoying. I believe I can't explain how fucking annoying this is when you are sitting in your fucking house and can't have a fucking quiet moment. For fucking 3 years. 3 fucking years these fucking pedophiles are following me. 3 fucking years. No matter where I go. People I work with, which I never seen in my fucking life, start screaming this shit. Again, who has the technology to induce sounds from just normal PC? Like you can assemble. There's no speaker which can be found. I reinstalled Windows a couple of times. It doesn't change anything, so it's most likely somehow I don't know, but I can get rid of it. So if it's a virus or something like it, I can get rid of it, and it's always there. Even when I used Linux, I have an USB stick I made where I use Linux on. There's a story connected to it. Usually I don't use Linux, but the partner of my mother, he's a pedophile, and I found naked children on the laptop they forgot to take back to Germany. And I asked if I can use it since they've forgotten it, and that's where I found those pictures. So these are the people I'm talking about. So maybe you are just thinking, oh, look at that, it's just little children making fun of you. It's not just little children. Like I said, this is from Germany, and there's who the fuck has the money to do so? You think little children are playing the sound from a power supply? Really? Really? Geniuses or what? Like, I'm so sorry I don't have the pictures of those fat idiots who are living down there. But they are, Jesus fucking Christ, they are disgusting. They are peasants. In the real sense of the word, they are just peasants. They don't have the technology to do something like this. And in addition, why would it be in German? Why is it in German? Not one of them speaks German. So why is it in German? Yeah, right. So who has the money to harass somebody like that? Just put a fucking antenna in front of his house and play this shit. These fucking pedophiles, these German fucking cunts. This is what I'm talking about. This is gangstalking. This is the harassment I'm talking about. And after this one I will play a recording I made with my mobile phone when I go to sleep. What they do then. And it sounds different in real life. It sounds more like a frequency in real life than it does how it's getting recorded. Because when it's getting recorded, it sounds like people saying verrückt, verrückt. While at the same time in real life it sounds more high pitched. Like very high pitched. My ears sometimes hurt because of the high pitch. So it sounds different. It's not a clear voice like in the recording I have. So who the fuck has the technology to do so? And I tried stuff out. This, for instance, I hope you can see it. This was my subwoofer. So I disassembled it, and here's yes, you can see it, the wires, those two. Not the yellow ones behind it, because I connected it to this big subwoofer which I had for my car, just to make the quality of the sound much higher, or the bass, because it mainly came from the bass. It still comes from the, what's it called, the speaker in of itself, but the bass was producing a weird effect, which was very disturbing and annoying, of course, just like this shit. So yeah, it's not just some 15-year-old kids having their fun. I'm just gonna place it in a different place. So this is in front of the processor, and I'm just gonna wait a couple of minutes. That's it.